What happens when one of Hollywood's most respected actresses finds herself face to face with a talk show host seemingly determined to undermine her? When professional courtesy is abandoned and things take a personal turn. That's exactly what unfolded during one of the most shocking moments in late-night television history, when Jennifer Connelly, widely known for her grace and professionalism, reached her breaking point on Jimmy Kimmel Live. It began as a standard promotional appearance. Connelly was there to discuss her latest psychological thriller, a film generating serious Oscar buzz. Known for acclaimed performances in A Beautiful Mind and Requiem for a Dream, she stepped onto the stage with her trademark poise and an enigmatic smile that has captivated audiences for years. But tensions arose almost immediately. Jimmy Kimmel, whose career is built on irreverent humor, approached the interview differently that night. From the start, his tone had an edge. "Jennifer Connelly, everybody," he said, but something in his voice felt off. Then came the first question, laced with a hint of challenge. "Jennifer, there's been a lot of talk about actors who take themselves too seriously. You know, the ones who think every role is going to change the world." Jennifer's smile faltered barely, but for those paying close attention, the micro-expression said everything. She had expected the usual questions about her film, preparation, perhaps a few light-hearted jabs. Instead, she was met with what felt like a veiled insult. Trying to stay composed, she asked for clarification. Kimmel pressed on, referencing her emotionally intense roles. "Do you ever just want to have fun? Make a movie where you're not crying or having a breakdown?" The audience laughed, but uneasily. Jennifer sat up straighter, her voice calm but edged with determination. She explained her choices are based on story and character, and while she's done comedies, she won't apologize for taking serious material seriously. But Kimmel wasn't done. He continued to imply that she viewed lighter material as beneath her, challenging her to admit it. "That's not how I approach my career," she replied firmly, calling his characterization unfair. Still, he persisted, making air quotes around human experiences and mocking the idea that films could be both entertaining and meaningful. Jennifer's restraint began to crack. Her words became sharper, calling out the false dichotomy he was creating. "You're underestimating your audience," she said. "They don't need us to dumb things down." Kimmel smiled again, but now it felt predatory. He accused her of implying that simple entertainment was inferior. "You're twisting my words, Jimmy," she snapped, no longer masking her frustration. The studio fell silent, realizing they were witnessing something far more intense than the usual celebrity banter. Kimmel doubled down, bringing up her new film and calling her character another damaged woman. Then, with a mocking laugh, he asked how many crying close-ups the film contained. It was a dismissive question that minimized not just her performance, but the very art of acting. Jennifer sat still for a moment before responding in a low, measured voice, "This feels personal, and I'm not sure why." Kimmel brushed it off, claiming he was just asking what the audience wanted to know. But Jennifer wasn't having it. "You've spent 10 minutes calling me pretentious," she said. "If that's not a personal attack, I don't know what is." The conversation had turned into a confrontation. When he insisted he was just having an honest conversation, she asked, "Call what out?" "My commitment to my craft. My belief that stories matter." Kimmel finally dropped his mask. "You've forgotten that you're in the entertainment business, not the enlightenment business," he said. That line hit Jennifer like a blow. "Wow," she said. "So in your mind, caring about the impact of your work means forgetting your place?" Kimmel kept pressing, suggesting she should just accept that sometimes a job is just a job. At that moment, Jennifer stood up. The movement startled the room. Even Kimmel looked shaken. "Do you have any idea what it's like to be a woman in this industry?" she asked. "Do you know how rare it is to find a role that isn't just other girlfriend or other victim?" Her voice, trembling with emotion, shifted from anger to something closer to grief. She told Kimmel not to mock her for caring about her work. "Don't reduce what I love to pretension and self-importance," she said. The room was frozen. Kimmel tried to salvage the moment, but Jennifer wasn't done. She moved closer to his desk. "You want to know what I think?" she asked. I think you're threatened by people who care about their work because it reminds you how shallow your own approach has become. His expression went pale. She laid it all bare. His cynicism, his habit of mockery, his discomfort with genuine passion. Is it fair, she demanded, to invite me here just to tear me down? She removed her microphone and placed it gently on his desk. The click of the clip echoed like a gavel hitting the bench. You said actors take themselves too seriously, she said. You're right, I do. Because it matters. Because it connects me with people I'll never meet. Because it gives my life meaning. Kimmel tried once more to speak, but Jennifer raised her hand and silenced him. Why does that threaten you so much? She asked, her voice now calm and devastatingly clear. Why does someone else's passion make you so uncomfortable? She accused him of losing touch with what it means to care, of forgetting how to believe in something. You've built a career on mocking everything, she said, and now you don't know how to respond when someone shows up who still believes in the power of storytelling. Kimmel was speechless, hands shaking, audience silent. Jennifer began walking toward the exit but turned one final time to look directly into the camera. To anyone out there who's ever been told that caring too much is a weakness, I don't believe it. The world needs people who care, who believe what they do matters. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. And with that, she left the stage. Kimmel sat behind his desk, still and wordless, while an audience unsure whether to applaud or just breathe watched one of the most powerful moments in late-night history unfold.